night comes alive. MaxspeedTV, where the races thrive. Tires burn, the crowd leans in. This is where the action begins. Wheels spin, sparks ignite. Under the lights is a fierce fight. Chats alive like a racing heart. Is a place where legends start. Oh, MaxspeedTV, full throttle run. Broadcasting great chat, second to none. League action racing under the sun. MaxspeedTV, where the fun's never done. Thank you, Chevyland.com. Now hurry and get you one, son. Tell MaxspeedTV sent you. Engines roar, the night comes alive. MaxspeedTV, where the races thrive. Tires burn, the crowd leans in. This is where the action begins. Wheels spin, sparks ignite. Under the lights is a fierce fight. Chats alive like a racing heart. Is a place where legends start. Oh, MaxspeedTV, full throttle run. Broadcasting great.
Shopping for a new Chevy? Chevyland stands apart from the competition. Explore over 12 acres and more than 260 vehicles with truckloads of savings, like $10,000 off select new 2026 Silverado 1500s, 1.9% financing on Blazer and Silverado, plus the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months complimentary maintenance. That's peace of mind, only at Chevyland. And that's why we're #1 in North Louisiana. Come see the difference for yourself at Chevyland, your Silverado headquarters.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we unload for round number 3 of season 2, the OPTNT 87 series. at the 08 of Daytona Firefighter Awareness, sponsored by George Burns, presented to y'all by MaxspeedTV. Before we get into everything here this afternoon, I'm going to go ahead and turn down iRacing here real quick. Tonight, we pause to remember Kyle Busch, one of the fiercest competitors and most accomplished drivers in NASCAR history. Born in Las Vegas, Nevada, Kyle Busch built a Hall of Fame career spanning more than 2 decades. Known to millions of fans as Rowdy, Busch earned 2 NASCAR Cup Series championships in 2015 and 2019 and became the winningest driver across NASCAR's top 3 national series. His passion, intensity, and incredible talent made him one of the sport's most recognizable figures. Whether fans cheered for him or against him, everyone respected the determination he brought to the racetrack every single week. Beyond the victories and championships, Kyle also helped shape the next generation of drivers through his leadership and team ownership in the Truck Series. Tonight, the racing and iRacing world mourns the loss of a true competitor, a husband and a father, and a driver who left an unforgettable mark on motorsports. Please join us tonight in a moment of silence for Kyle Busch and keep the Busch family, his friends, his teams, and the entire NASCAR community in your thoughts and prayers. Although I was not a fan of Kyle Busch myself, I know he was one heck of a NASCAR driver, whether it be trucks, Cup, Xfinity, whatever the case may be. And, you know, it'll be odd not seeing him in victory lane or seeing him on the track when I do watch NASCAR. But, of course, he will be missed, and, of course, we're all thinking of him. So please, everybody out there, send your thoughts and your prayers back their way, that family, the NASCAR's way. Because right now, you know, his wife and his kids really, really need the support all across the board from people they know and do not know. But we got racing we have to do here tonight. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it here this evening. We're looking at a little bit of a wind, not much, 2, 3, 4 miles an hour out there here tonight. Air temp of 66, track temp of 79. 70 laps on the books here tonight, 175 miles, a total of 5 sets of tires. That does include the set they start with, just like every race. 40% fuel load here tonight, so a little bit lower on the fuel. I don't think they go lower than 40. It's somewhere between 40 and 45. So this is the lowest that they will go this season. So 40% fuel, 13 to 18 laps, plus or minus, 2 to 4 laps. Give or take. I know these cars like to use up fuel and use up tires as well. So we will see exactly what this track holds between the both of them. Now, pit road here is 60 miles an hour with a pace speed of 70. Now, getting into our points after 2 rounds of racing, we've got Anthony English up at the top spot at 89, staying right there. Steve Loving up a spot into second at 82, 7 behind Anthony. We have a tie for third between Wes Hogue and James Polsky at 80 points. Now, James is down a spot, but they are still tied for that third spot. 80 between the two, and both of them 2 points behind Steve Loving. Nicholas Wing in that 5th spot at 78 points, 2 points behind Polsky and Hogue. Vicente Guerrero down a spot into 6th, that's 71 points, 7 behind Wing. Mark Mann up a spot into 7th at 70 points, 1 point behind Vicente Guerrero. Rick Seabrand's up 4 spots into that 8th spot at 69 points, 1 point behind Mark. Nicholas Godina up a spot into 9th at 68 points, 1 point behind Rick Seabrands. Gabe Butler, he is going to be up 11 spots, cracking the top 10 at 64 points, 4 points behind Godina. Talon Smith is up 19 spots. The biggest mover so far this season, so far the driver with the most jumps as of right now. That could change. We'll see what happens. Right now at 63 points, 1 point behind Gabe. And Adam Kildane, he is going to round out our top 12 at 62 points. He is also 1 point behind Talon Smith. We already got some people out there in chat here tonight. Eric W., Guitar Chris, George Gibbs Jr., nice to see you all out there in chat here tonight, ready to rock and roll. I know Eric. Was it Eric? Yeah, Eric said trucks at 87s. It don't get no better than that. Yeah, you got that right. Bring back the old school racing. We got a pretty good field out here tonight too, guys. We're looking at about 38 drivers at the moment. We probably could see a few more jump in here before we get into qualifying in about 3.5 or so minutes. Bob New Jersey is back with us tonight. Nice to see Bob back out here racing. Talon Smith, that is, of course, Bob's teammate there, so to speak, I guess you could call it. They like working together. Looks like they're going to go a little bit 4 wide, or, well, almost 4 wide. But nice to see old Bob out here. Joe Thompson in second right now. Bob right now in the top spot. Talon in third. Just slammed the wall. Mark Mann fourth, and Rick Sanchez, old good buddy Rick, at the moment rounding out the top 5. We're going to step aside here and play the national anthem provided by our good buddy Eric W. out there. We alternate every race. One race we'll do Eric's version. The next race we'll do Madison Rosin's version. So tonight it is Eric's version of the national anthem here tonight. So qualifying should either be underway or close to getting underway when we come back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that Star Spangled Banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, so qualifying hasn't yet started at the moment. And it does still look like Bob DeJersey, though, still holding the top spot. I do wonder, though, if Bob DeJersey... I don't see Bob DeJersey in Discord yet. I would imagine they may jump in later. But qualifying going to get underway here. So let's go and pull up the qualifying times and the driver bar. We're going to wait for these drivers to start rolling out here onto the track. And it looks like Eric out there going to root on Bob. It's nice to see Bob back out here racing. It's been a while since we've seen him. The qualifying now going to get underway. One lap. That is all they get. They're going to come enter on the back stretch, get up to speed, and then fly around the track one time. Looks like Chris Coleman coming out. Joe Thompson. Matthew Holder doing some blinking. Jason Berg, Bubba Winningham, Matthias Swank, Dwayne Corbett. There's Dwayne Corbett right there. Told you, Dwayne. Told you it works. So we got it all up in there now. He wanted me to get his image in there, so that's what we done. Ron Dial, Eric Lurie, Harold Rothery, all out on the track. A lot more. John Guerrero, Gabe Butler, Wes Hogue, James Polsky, Joseph Holder, James Stats, Caleb Connor, Rick Sanchez, Jesse Meyer, James Young, Bob DeJersey, Austin Norris. They're all out here on the track. Going to qualify here tonight. If you haven't already, folks, hit the like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell. Let you know when we go live here on MaxspeedTV. I do want to give a big shout out to George Burns again out there for sponsoring tonight's race, Firefighter Awareness. A big shout out to him. Of course, that is also in the top right corner of the screen. I was going to put it where the qualifying time's in, but then I realized, well, y'all wouldn't be able to see the qualifying times. So I put it somewhere where it can still be seen, but yet y'all can still see qualifying out here tonight. And it looks like first laps are going to roll in here. So Matthew Holder, Brian Elmore, Harold Rothery. So time's now starting to come in. John Winkler out there in chat. He is not out here racing. Matthias Swank, James Stats, 1-2 right now. Now, John, we'll see John... Well, let's see here. Saturday, won't seem Saturday. A change of plans Saturday. The race that was supposed to happen is not happening, so to speak. They are still going to race, but it's going to be a non-points race. So, because it is Memorial Day Monday, so this is Memorial Weekend. So, they are going to race, but it's not a points race, so nobody's missing anything. CFM Sunday is racing. That race will be broadcasted right here on MaxspeedTV. It'll be kind of a fun non-points race, so to speak, as well, but I'll still be broadcasting it. No race Monday, though, so we only have this one tonight and the one Sunday. Then we'll be off all the way until next Thursday. So, you know, y'all just hang on. We'll get her in at some point. Looks like Bob DeJersey holding the top spot there with Caleb Connor there in second. Brad Elmore, Anthony English going to P3. Brad Elmore is on his first lap. Nicholas Wing, Gabe Butler, Talon Smith, these guys on their first lap. Dwayne Corbett should be starting his any moment. They have about 1:10 left. Looks like Rick Seabrand's in the Yeti Ford, and look like he's going to be coming out. Of course, we know some of these guys will qualify, and then they'll start in the back. Got a looks like a new driver out here tonight. Kerwin? Let me see here if I can find him. Looks like Talon Smith gonna go up into P2. Bob to Jersey, though, still up on a point here. I do not see these guys in Discord at all. Unless I'm blind. But yeah, I don't see them. So, like Dwayne Corbett, gonna go up into 4th. Yep, Rick Seabrand's Andrew Schroeder not gonna come down. So, Bob to Jersey gonna grab the pole out here tonight. Let's go ahead and get them on our starting grid here this evening. Bob to Jersey grabbing the pole out here tonight with a 44.220. Congratulations to Bob on the pole here tonight. Talon Smith going to start on the outside of him in second in row 1. Row 2 is going to be Caleb Connor, Dwayne Corbett. Row 3, Anthony English, Matthias Swank. Row 4, James Stats, James Polsky. A battle of the Jameses there. And row 5, rounding out the top 10, Brian Elmore, Rick Sanchez. Row 6, Joe Thompson, Jason Berg. Row 7 is going to be John Guerrera, James Young. Row number 8, Eric Lurie, Mark Mann. Row 9, Gabe Butler, Brett Elmore. And row 10, Wes Hogue, Harold Rothery. Row 11, Matthew Holder, Joseph Holder, right there together. Row 12, Ron Dial and Chris Coleman. Row 13, Bubba Winningham, Jesse Meyer. Row 14, Nicholas Wing, Austin Norris. Row 15, Rick Seabrand, Shane Ward. Row 16, Vicente Guerrero, Christopher Jordan. Row 17, Andrew Schroeder, John Spizek. Row 18, William Kerwin, there's the newcomer, and George Burns, our sponsor here tonight. In row 19 is going to be Aaron Walker, Gene Watkinson, and that is going to round out our field here tonight. 38 drivers here this evening, and I am trying to get that off of there. There it is. All right. Well, I think it's going to be a good race. What do y'all think? Do I need to put up a poll out here tonight, or do you think we're going to go ahead and keep it at a minimum here this evening? All right, rolling off. Looks like Joe Thompson, Eric Lurie, John Spizek did not grid. You think they've settled down, John? I think we'll find out, won't we? Yeah, I think you're right on the money on that one, Eric. These cars are not easy. All right, well, rolling on the backstretch here. Firefighter Awareness, sponsored by George Burns. Again, a big shout out to George here tonight. And it looks like Belva out there. Then let's go number 5. Let's get a repeat. All right. Well, it wouldn't be a repeat for this series, but Anthony English, Talon Smith are the two drivers that have won in this series so far. I don't remember which series it was. Was it the Saturday series that Rick got it? That was one of them. Here we go. Pace car will dive off there to the safety of pit road. And Bob DeJersey and Talon, they got to go on green at all times. Coming into the green. Here we go. Green is out. Buggity, 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 folks. Here we go. It's the 08 of Daytona. Oh! Bob DeJersey already. Yellow is out. Whoa! Uh-oh! What happened to Bob? Uh-oh. Oh, it looks like it just snapped on him. Right there and right down into the pit wall, right at the exit. Oh, that is not what you want to happen right at the start of the race. And I don't think he even got hit. No, he did not. The 7 did not even get him. It just lost it. And then, yeah, right down into the wall. Oh, no. Well, that is not the way you wanted to start out here tonight. That is for sure. Oh, Bob DeJersey, I do believe, had to tow. Yeah. And he will probably have to use that black flag. He did get a black flag, too, for coming in right at the exit of pit road right before the cone. So he'll have to use the fast repair. So that'll put Talon up front. Well, Talon's coming down pit road here. So that's going to put Caleb Connor as our leader. Dwayne Corbett in second. James Stats third. Matthias fourth. And Brian Elmore is going to move up to fifth here. Yeah, man. Now, hang on just a second, folks. All right, I had to check something real quick on my desktop, so I didn't want to I didn't want to bore y'all. Something is slowing ATVO down, and I don't know what it is. I might have to check, see if there's an update for it. I know I've got, Jason Allison out there is working on some overlays as well, so I got to send him over some images for the new overlays we're hoping to get you getting to use here. Get a black eye. Yep. All right. Well, looks like Bob DeJersey is on pit road here, but he is still sitting there. Couple of laps down. Lights are off on the pace car here. Once again, going to get back underway. It'll be lap number 5. Remember, only 70 laps, so lap 35 is our halfway mark. Seeing some drivers come back down, it looks like, and come off. Looks like Talon. Got some more coming off and coming down. Christopher Jordan, Shane Ward, George Burns, Andrew Schroeder, William Kerwin. All right, so they're going to go ahead and top off. All right, 16 of you out there right now tuning in. 6 likes. Got about 4 shy from 10 here tonight. If y'all haven't already, please hit that like button. Belva, how are you doing? Doing all right tonight? Good deal. Good deal. All right, pace car will dive off again to the safety of pit road. And we'll see here if we can get a lap or 2 here tonight. Pace car's down. Here we go. Green is out once again. Buggity, buggity, buggity. Back our way here tonight at the old way to Daytona. And it looks like a little bit better of a start there. Everybody now trying to get up to speed. John, he's holding up. He's still hurting, but he's holding up. Ooh, somebody getting wiggly down on the bottom. That's the 45 of Joseph Holder. We're 3 wide. And that didn't last but a second there. Joseph needs to stay off that apron or it's going to not be a pretty ride. Battle for the lead. Caleb Connor, Dwayne Corbett. Oh, now that's going to be James Stats there in that number 2. The 2 of the 9 were battling it out there for a second. But they got it figured out. Now the 9 and the 2 still going at it. Caleb Connor is going to need to lead another lap. Going back, Wes Hogue, Mark Mann, Brett Elmore, Harold Rothery, Austin Norris. Got a big group of them back here. Holder, Young, Talon trying to make his way back up through. Chris Coleman, Jesse Meyer, Rick Sanchez. There's old Bubba Sanchez right there. Aaron Walker kind of at the tail end of the field here of that top 21. Vicente is leading the group back here with Rick Seabrands, Anthony English, then Shane Ward, Christopher George Burns, and then you got a whole group of them kind of in a line. But I want to get back up front where the side-by-side is still going. And you got the 21 or the 121 and the 14 duking it out right here, Brian Elmore. And look who is coming back out, and that's going to be Bob DeJersey here. Was able to get it fixed up. Probably had to use that fast repair, no doubt about it. It looks like Ron Dial also used his. I don't know if that was by accident or what, but looks like he does not have one now. It's going to have to be careful. Dwayne Corbett running up front or trying to get around the 7 of Caleb Connor. And that number 2, though, of James Stats all over the tail of that Super Flow 7. Man, 215, 218. Oh, Harold into the wall. Oh, stay off the wall there, buddy. Quit looking at those camping pictures that old Rod is sending you. Yeah, we know, Ron, you're camping. I think Harold's looking at the camping pictures while he's driving. Oh, nice, Eric. Got a couple of songs. What board are they on, if I may ask? Side by side, man, they are getting stacked up back here. I'm trying to, that is the 088. Nope, that's the 57. That's Austin Norris. And the M&M's machine started 28th. He is up to 9th. And a rolling here. Right up ahead of him is the 088 of John Guerrero. We also have 88 of Gabe Butler, not to get the 88s confused. And both of them really good drivers, so Caleb Connor leading the way. James Stats, though, gonna look to the bottom here, and it looks like he is gonna, a 7 is gonna fall right up ahead of that number 2. Okay, I can't actually look at it right at the moment there, Eric, but I definitely will. Since it's in chat here, it'll save it, so I'll definitely look at it. Wes Hogue started 19th. He is up to 7th. Austin Norris, like I said, 28th. And these guys are, oh, something is going on with the 43 of Aaron Walker. Starting to fall back. Now, he started 37th. He is currently now running in 30th. And it looks like the wall is becoming a problem for that 43. Now the 6, that is Bubba Winningham going to the inside. Uh-oh, John Guerrero. John, what happened to John? Did he just lose it? Looks like he was trying to come down pit road and he missed it. Oh, no. No. All right. Well, it looks like John Guerrero and Gene Watkinson have both taken their cars behind the wall here tonight already. Well, I hated that John had to do that. Maybe something come up. Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, it'll save it in chat, so I can definitely go back and look at it. All right, well, we've been on this run now for about, anywhere between, this run about 9 laps. We've got drivers that's been out here between 9 and about 13 laps, so, somebody falling back here. Harold Rothery in the number 18, I think he might have gotten into the wall. A little bit of a 3-wide situation possibly going to go on. Talon Smith now coming up on the 18 and the 57. Door to door. Whoa! Talon almost took the back end off of the 18, but that's just the high rate of speed that they are. There's really not much you can do. And I know Harold's just trying to hang on to it here. Right behind him is going to be the 11 of Brett Elmore. They're going single file more back here. And pretty much throughout the racetrack, they are semi-single. Oh, nope, I say that. And now it looks like the 35, 41, 4, 44, 38, all kind of sandwiched right here. So we're going to kind of stay right here. That is the 35. Do not have a 35. That is supposed. Oh, there he is. Yeah, I do. Matthew Holder. That was Matthew Holder. Okay. Couldn't find him there for a second. He just disappeared on me. Man, these cars are something else. Oh, all right. Jesse Meyer. Something's going on with the 014. He is up top here in the Snickers machine. Oh! Oh, no, he popped the wall down on the 21. Right back up into the wall. Oh, Jesse, heavy damage. There is no yellow. And he popped right in to, I believe, that was the 21 of Nicholas Wing there. All right, well, it looks like we are going to have some... Oh, and I was not live that whole time. Wow. All right. Pit stops, though. Caleb Connor, Jason Berg, James Stats, Joseph Holder, Jesse Meyer, Aaron Walker, Matthew Holder, all down pit road. I guess I was on a replay that whole time. My bad. That's on me. But we are back up live here. Live, top right corner. All right. Looks like more drivers down. Down and coming off here. It's like Dwayne Corbett coming down. Matthias Swank. Brett Elmore. Wes Hogan now lead the way here. They'll have a lot of drivers that need to come down, though. Oh, Jesse Meyer, though, has a black flag. He is going to be probably coming down pit road, though. Looks like Brian Elmore, Austin Doris, Bubba Winningham down pit road here. Here comes, oh, the 81! Oh, no, the 81 having pit road problems. The 071 coming down of Eric Laurie, but the 81 was Ron Dial. And we have a yellow. Oh, this. Oh, no, Shane Ward. Oh, no, it looks like some bumper cars going on back here. That is the 270 of Chris Coleman. And it looks like Chris right down into Shane Ward here. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Did Chris have some other problems, though, before that? Doesn't look like it, but we are watching it here. And right there, he jerks and then comes down, and that spins. Oh, and then Chris gets into him again. And that spins Shane Ward all around up into the wall. Chris trying to get it together here. Shane Ward trying to save it. He's going to have some damage. Yellow's back out once again, though. So we're going to see this group come down pit road. Those that did not pit will come down. Talon Smith all the way down to about 19th here of Shane Ward. They will definitely get down pit road. And looks like the 07 of George Burns having a problem here. Did George run out of fuel? He's been out here 16 laps. I have a feeling George Burns might be out of fuel in the Skull 07 machine. You've got the Skull, which is a tobacco product, and you have Coors, which is an alcohol product, and the alcohol product pushing the tobacco product. Yeah, I think the 07 of George Burns is out of fuel here, and the 8's going to push him down or to pit road. I don't think he can push him on pit road, but he can push him down pit road. And George is going to fall into his box here. Yep, running out of fuel, so it looks like about 16 laps is about all they can get. Or close to it. Now 16 to 18. Harold Rothery was out here 18 laps. Chris Coleman 18. Nicholas Wing 16. William Kerwin 16. All right, well, let's see here. Who is it going to be? So Eric Laurie, Dwayne Corbett, Britt Elmore, Joseph Holder, Aaron Walker, they will get their laps back. They are ahead of the leaders here. Bubba Winningham is a lap down. He's the first driver a lap down. Our leader is the 7 of Caleb O'Connor. Looks like Caleb is going to move up. Oh, okay. So something is going on here. Not sure what's going on. All right. So, yeah, Caleb is our leader. So Caleb is going to choose the bottom, so it looks like only Eric Laurie and Dwayne Corbett got around. Interesting. So, not sure what happened to Rick Sanchez, but he is not in the race at the moment. Did something happen? Did he lose power? Belva, can you update us on what's going on with Rick? I don't like it when I just see drivers just all of it. Wait. Nope, never mind. Never mind. Okay, he's back. He's on pit road, but he's back. Oh, antivirus. Oh! Well, that ain't good. All right, be lap 23 here coming up. All right, here we go. Green flag back out in the air once again. Caleb Cotter, Jason Berg, James Young, Austin Norris, Wes Hogue. That is our top 5. And they keep switching spots, so it does look like, though, unfortunately, Rick is going to be a couple of laps down here. He is going to roll back out. Oh, and then he spins it. Oh, no. And then we catch out live as well. Wow, Rick. All right. Man. Back up front. Right. Oh, no. Oh, no. Save it. No, they're not going to save it. No, they didn't save it. No. No. Oh, and a big pile up behind them. So it looks like we had several things going at one time. So let's check on this one first. James Polsky in the 93. It looks like possibly the 57 got a little on the squirrely side. I'm going to go ahead and get my driver camera up here. So let's find the 57 here first. That is Austin Norris. Figure out what happened to Austin here. It looks like he was coming. Oh, he come right up on the 21 here. And that ended up getting the 57 loose. And then the 93's right there. And then they go at it. And just these cars are just a handful. And then maybe some net code. And they're going to go around Mark Man squeezing through that somehow. And then the 18, 57, 18 of Harold Rothery. And you got the 14 of Brian Elmore, the 2 of James Stats. And going to get in this mess here. And then there was a wreck behind them as well that happened. I'm trying to figure out where that was at. So let me get on James here real quick. I'm gonna rewatch this, and then we'll figure out what happened back there in the back. That would be around Bubba Winningham here. So let's go back here to find out what happened. Maybe it was a checkup, seen something going on, and these cars are just hard to stop. So, yeah, they are checking up, trying to get it woed down here. And then, oh, right there, the 45, 44. They both get tagged, it looks like, by the 35. 44 gets tagged by the 35, and then Bubba gets tagged by the 45. And then it looks like the 48, 21, gonna get in the middle of this, the 9, the 07, and then somebody come flying up in here, the 88 of Gabe Butler. I think we got a parking lot, folks. I think that was what you can deem a parking lot. John Winkler out there saying frustrated. Why you frustrated there, John? Yeah, shorter, right? Shorter to list who wasn't involved in it. Might have to start doing that there, so I'm just write down who was not involved in it, because there was a lot of drivers there from the first initial wreck that started the second wreck. Actually, it looks like everybody was trying to slow down, check up, and everything, and you know, kind of a slinky effect, chain reaction. You know, so bam, bam, blam, wham, thank you, ma'am, type of deal. Oh. Yeah, I think he was frustrated. Yeah. All right, well, let's see here. So we have right now 25 drivers on the lead lap. Chris Coleman, Rick Sanchez, Joseph Holder, Bubba Winningham. At the moment, the only drivers 1 lap down. We do have several that is 2 laps down. Jesse Meyer, Anthony English, Ron Dial. James Stats, who is on pit road's 3 laps down. Bob DeJersey's 3 laps down. And Matthew Holder's 4 laps down. So, but we still have 25 on the lead lap. Eric. So you're not running the flags here tonight. You're driving the pace car here this evening. All right, I think we'll put Belva and John on the flags here this evening. You graduated from the flags to the pace car. Oh. All right, Hogue, Young, Man, Connor, Jordan, Berg, Swank, Elmore, that is Brian, Corbett, Guerrero, top 10, come to lap 28 here this evening. Alrighty, Green back out once again. The 04 Mark Mann trying to get that 69 machine of James Young to go. But, you know, Mark, like everybody else knows, these cars, you know, you just bump wrong and, yeah, it's over. It looks like Shane Ward falling back here. All right, 38 of West Hogue up front now. Do we have any West fans out there in chat? I think we got 1 or 2 hanging out with us. Caleb Connor there in second. Berg in third on the outside. And then James Young in the 69 right on the bottom here. The 04 Mark Mann and the 78 of Christopher Jordan kind of tagging right there in the top 6. Matthias Swank there in the 66. Dwayne Corbett in the 8th spot. Vicente 9th, and Brian Elmore rounding out our top 10. Starting to get a little bit single file back here. Not much, but a little bit. James Polsky, Talon Smith, William Kerwin, Brett Elmore, Rick Seabrands. Rick Sanchez is right up ahead of him, though, who is the lap down. He's trying to get his lap back here. Back up front, though. Well, we can check, see here who does and who doesn't have a fast repair after that big one. So, I'm going to go through who still has theirs. Jason Berg, Caleb Connor, Wes Hogue, Mark Mann, Christopher Jordan, James Young, Matthias Swank, Vicente Guerrero, Talon, William, Brent Elmore, Rick Seabrands, Eric Laurie, Gabe Butler, Joe Thompson, Shane Ward, George Burns, Austin Norris, Chris Coleman, Rick Sanchez. They all still have their fast repairs left. So, well, they're one fast repair, I should say. Now, I can't see that information. What I can't see, though, until after the race ends, is the incident count. That won't be compiled until after the conclusion of the race. So, I can't see that. I can't see, you know, how many sets of tires they have left. I can't see any of that. So all right, well, they're going to try to get around some lap traffic here. I think they were getting around, who was that they were getting around here? Was that Austin? I believe that might have been Austin Norris here, who is just lost a piece of his car here. And we've seen that live. He's not wanting to use the fast repair, but, you know, having that much damage, I don't know if it's worth it. But and that's what separates me from them. They're drivers. They know what they can and can't do. That's why I don't race. Yep, John, yep, still plenty of laps left for sure. Gonna be coming up on that halfway mark, though, in about the completion of the next lap. So the completion of lap 35. We are now seeing at least Brett Elmore and Aaron Walker. Both of these guys have been out here 16, 17 laps. Chris Coleman has been out here 12. Above the Jersey 13, he is trying to make up some ground here. Yeah, it's more fast repairs than what we initially thought, but all right. A lot of movement going on, a lot of single file here at the moment. Trying to get some more of these laps wound down. We are going to be at the completion of the halfway mark here, though, folks. Caleb O'Connor, this will be 25 laps under his belt. And as we hit that halfway mark, so our halfway mark stats at the moment, looking at 3 cautions for 6 laps, 35 laps to go, 9 lead changes. I do expect that lead change, though, to go up some. Looks like Aaron Walker is coming back out, as well as Austin Norris. I want to call him Austin Morris for some reason. I guess it's because the N and the M is so close together. Praying or playing? Probably a little bit of both. Dwayne Corbett, the only driver image we have in our arsenal at the moment. There's Steven out there in chat here tonight. Did you just now get home, Steven? I know Steven had to run a couple hours away to the west of him today. I had to go a couple hours to the east of me today. So we done some traveling. I went to Little Rock earlier today. Oh, Ryan has a problem. I'm gonna make sure. I rewound that a little bit too far, but it's okay. It looks like he is actually running a rowdy paint here in honor of Kyle Busch. We'll look at that here in a second. But it looks like he had a little bit of a problem. So we're going to go ahead and get on Ron here and take a look at this in honor of that Rowdy Nation, Kyle Busch here that Ron is running. Even got Rowdy on the side of the truck, or on the side of the car there. Awesome. Like I said, I wasn't a big fan of him, but I still hate to hear that. Man. Well, no, not really. Jason Berg coming down pit road here. He went the opposite way. I had to deal with the idiots in Little Rock, so looks like Joseph Holder coming down. He's got a black flag. Bubba Winningham on pit road as well. He's all right. Looks like Berg also coming out. Guess that's my name. I'm gonna have to start put my name in this little on mics thing is Dorkfish, just to make Steven get a big laugh out there, you know, on the mic here tonight. Dorkfish. I don't know about that, Steven. I beg to differ. Harold Rothery down pit road here. George Burns down pit road. Again, a big shout out to George Burns out here tonight, sponsoring the race here this evening. Shane Ward down pit road. It looks like we've got a few more. Yep, Caleb Connor coming down. Vicente's coming down. Matthias Swank's coming down. Andrew Schroeder coming down. Oh, looks like we got more. Nicholas Wing, William Kerwin down pit road, Joe Thompson down pit road. So, yeah, pit road starting to... Looks like, whoa, Polsky having problems. The 78 having problems. The 38 having problems. Wow, we had a lot of problems on pit road. Let's start with the 38 here of a Hogue. It looks like he just lost it. Yep, that's exactly what happened. He lost it coming in. Then Christopher Jordan was coming in too, but looks like Jordan lost it, and then the 93 also lost it there. Wow. 93 of Polsky. I believe Polsky, as we sit here and do a little bit of a rewind here, Polsky, and he also locked it up too. Yeah, man. So Hogue Jordan has a black flag. It looks like Talon is down pit road now. So Jason Berg has already pitted. Dallas has us both beat. I will 100% agree to that. Dallas is a horrible area to drive. Even though they got like 300 lanes, they still can't drive. You know, you would think the more lanes, the better, but no. And I'm a big fan of, you know, a lot of lanes. But no, it makes it worse. Looks like Jordan and Schroeder have taken their cars behind the wall here tonight. Yep, they are done. They have had enough of it. They don't want no more of it, it looks like. So Caleb, Berg, and Talon is third. Dwayne Corbett fourth. James Young fifth. Matthias sixth. Vicente seventh. Mark Mann in eighth. Nicholas Wing in ninth. And Brett Elmore is rounding out our top 10 here. Still cannot make it to the end. We will definitely have to pit one more time, I do believe. Yeah, definitely have to pit one more for sure. East Texas. So I'm assuming East Texas would be. Now, you talking northeast Texas, up by like Tyler, Texas, and up in that area? Or are you talking about East Texas in like going toward like, well, no, that'd be further, like Houston area, Galveston area, or is that Corpus Christi? Something like, anyway. Yeah, big cities, it's crazy regardless. Tyler, Longview? Okay, yeah, I know where Tyler is, yeah. I don't think it's that bad through there. But then again, I don't like driving in Little Rock. Now, I live in the third largest city in Arkansas, Fort Smith. And, yeah, we don't have massive roads, but we still got, you know, idiot drivers up here. So, and probably half of them don't even have a driver's license. So kind of just watching it here, folks. Not much going on at the moment. We've got a few battles here and there, but as of right now, there's not a whole lot going on. Rick C. Brands, it looks like, is going to come around the 11 machine of Brett Elmore here. So Rick is going to go up into 10th. But just not really a whole lot at the moment. Wes Hogue back here with, it looks like that is the 04 of Mark Mann, who is actually in 7th. Wes is one lap down. It looks like Mark is just going to kind of ride behind the 38 right at the moment. Looks like Rick C. Brands and Nicholas Wing, a battle here for 9th. Like we had a battle back here, too. Gabe Butler and Shane Ward. It looks like Shane got around Gabe, or Gabe led him around, one of the two. I don't know which. They're coming up on the 57 here. I'm trying to find the 57. There he is, Austin Norris, who is a lap down. The last driver that is one lap down. We've got several. Looks like Austin is going to come down pit road here, though. It was out here 13 laps. Talon has caught the back bumper of Jason Berg, though, and caught up with Caleb as well. So the top three kind of right here together. Dwayne Corbett right there with the 5 of Rick Sanchez. Dwayne in 4th. Now Matthias is right behind him in 5th. All right, Steven, buddy, get some rest. And we've got a yellow. This is going to change a little bit. What happened? Looks like the 5 of James Stats. Wait. Did that bring out the yellow? I am trying to figure out where the yellow come out though, because that was odd. Well, let me see here where I clicked on. Don't know where that yellow came out unless that was it. That was strange if that was it, because that should not have been a yellow. Huh. Interesting. All right, we'll look at it one more time here. And go back to Bubba Winningham here. Oh. Okay. That wasn't it. All right, well, folks, I don't know where that yellow came out at. Unless somebody hit the button again. I'll blame that one on whoever hit the button. All right, 19 to go. This is definitely going to be interesting for sure for fuel. Going to be close, definitely. John out there saying Mark or Smith for the win. Well, I mean, two great picks right there for sure. All right, well, off pit road first is going to be looks like Jason Berg. So Jason Berg, Talon, Caleb, Brett, Dwayne, Brian, James, Matthias, Mark, and Rick is going to be our top 10. Yeah, John Bell, come on. Get your flag straightened out there. Oh, we have a good time out here, folks. All right, another yellow out here tonight. 4 yellows. I wouldn't rule out 1 or 2 more for sure. Yeah, I know. Blame me, I guess. You both had one job. All right. So, Jason Berg, it looks like is going to be on the bottom here. That's going to put Caleb on the outside. Brett Elmore, James Young, Brian Elmore, Matthias Swank, Mark Mann. Looks like Talon might have came back down. Yeah, he did. Oh, a bunch of them came back down pit road. No doubt about it. From Talon on back. Talon, Dwayne, Rick, Vicente, James, Nicholas. Pretty much came all back down pit road. Harold Rothery did not. So everybody's going to line out differently here. So here we go. This is going to set us up here for, man, it's going to be close on fuel. I think if maybe they can save 1 or 2. Oh, no, George Burns. Oh, man, George is on pit road and a black flag as well. No. I don't know if I should bring him up here or not. He's going to have to be sitting there a minute. Well, man, oh man. That is not what I like to see. Green, green, yellow, checkered. Which can only happen if we use both GWC attempts. Yeah, you got that right for sure, but I was thinking of something totally different. Anyway, here we go. Coming to the green once again. It'll be 17 to go. And the green's out. Jason got a good start there with the 7 of Caleb. Brett, Brian, we got a battle of the Elmores up here. And that is, they are, I believe, brothers. Or was that... I believe they are brothers. I heard him talk about it earlier, and I completely forgot, so... All right, side by side of Bruin back here. 14, here we go. Battle is on, 3 wide. That is the 86 of Bob to Jersey up the gut. And Bob is 3 laps down, but he's trying to get up front. Talon is making his way up there. Bob working pretty much working every single part of the track, man. He is flying up here. Good Lord. Looks like Caleb Connor fell back. Jason Berg still leading the way. Bob to Jersey just flew past everybody. Mark Mann up here as well. There in the 04. James Young in 2nd. Brett in 4th. And Matthias rounding out our top 5 at the moment. But you still got Talon, James, Brian, Rick Sanchez even in the mix here. And Talon doesn't have any sort of help at the moment. Everybody's trying to go around him. 77 of Joe Thompson, Dwayne Corbett, Rick Seabrands, and Caleb O'Connor. Vicente also battling. Man, oh man. All right, we'll back up front we go. 15 laps to go, 14 to go this time by. 21:04:69. That is the lead car. The lead cars. The 86 is a couple of laps down. They're going to go 3 wide for a split second, and that kind of stacked up Mark Mann and company. I don't even want to know, Eric. Yeah, I know. 12, Fab 12. I know. We did a thing at the beginning of our broadcast here tonight in honor of Kyle and the family and NASCAR community. So yeah, it's I think it shocked everybody. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know what it feels like under a full sim rig. All right, we're kind of still watching it here. We're on Mark Mann, but, you know, you can't forget about everybody behind them, too, because even though they're single file for now, that doesn't mean they're going to stay that way. Up front, though, here, I'm trying to get on everybody. You've got Matthias Swank in the 66. Now, that is the 38 on the outside here. That is Wes Hogue. Wes is the first driver 1 lap down. So, you know, if a yellow comes out and he is not involved in it at all, and then or getting any incidents or anything going across the grass. I mean, he can't. He's got to be clean. Then Wes would be our lucky dog here. And getting back on the 121 of Jason Berg, the 04 Mark Man right there as well. Man, they are still neck and neck up front. It's 11 to go though. Kind of looking here, they've been out here 8 laps. Or they've been out here, yeah, they've been out here 8 laps. We've still got 11 to go. Yeah, it's going to be close on fuel for sure. The 86 of Bob to Jersey still hanging on up front here. Not leading the pack, but he's working the top and bottom line. And it looks like the 38 is going to start to get a run on the outside, but I wonder if Berg is trying to help, or if Bob is trying to help Berg. Looks like Gabe Butler has a black flag coming down pit road. Bubba Winningham, Chris Coleman. Oh, I think Chris has been on pit road a while though. Yeah, about a minute and a half or a little over. Can't make it. Man, it's going to be close, I think. Oh, 69 into the wall. James Young, he's all right. But it is going to slow him down. Matthias is going to be able to get up there to him. Like Shane Ward, Eric Laurie. Man, these guys. Just trying to keep an eye on it because, you know, the slightest mistake by anybody, it could definitely reset the field here, and I would assume we'd see everybody come down pit road. You can save fuel, though, so I guess it also depends on when the yellow does come out. Right now, though, I think most of them have kind of made their bed, and they've got to just go with it and hope for the best. As we see Berg here, though, and the number 5 of Rick Sanchez. Boy, Rick is hoping for a yellow somewhere. He wants to get back on the lead lap. And if he can get around the 21, he will get back on the lead lap the old-fashioned way. And it looks like he's going to do just that with the help of the 86. But Rick is not out of the woods yet. He needs a little bit more help here, though. He needs, he definitely could use a yellow now. Oh, 21 a Bird coming down. They can't make it. You're right there, John. They can't make it. Berg, man, down pit road. Caleb also down. Okay, so with a lap difference, can Talon make it? Can Joe make it? James make it? Now, there's a lot of drivers that has been out here 11 laps. James Young, our leader. He's been out here now 13 laps. I know Talon. I know when he pulled back a little bit, I know he was trying to save, and I think that's what these guys back here are doing, is just trying to save as much as they can. All right, Aaron Walker is down and away here. Ooh, Aaron. I'm blinking out a little bit there, bud. That was on, I don't know which end. Looks like Austin Norris, though, has taken his car behind the wall. He is done for the evening, unfortunately. James Young, I think these guys that are out here, I think they've already made up their mind. They're not coming down unless they absolutely have to. They're going to stay out as long as they can and go as far as they can. Bob Jersey, though, is going to come down. Bob been out here 14 laps, so I bet it's going to be close. And saving fuel, you could save fuel around lap cars, and yeah, I hope the lap cars don't create a big one. You got that right. Yeah, Eric, you're right. You're right. Yep. Looks like Eric Laurie, Shane Ward down pit road. Oh. So this is going to be 3 to go here coming up to the line. Yeah, you've kind of made your bed now. Rick Sanchez still hoping for that late yellow here to get back on the lead lap. Wes Hogue, Dwayne Corbett, they are on the verge of going a lap down. But, you know, James Young, he is playing it safe here. He is riding behind a couple of lap cars here to save some fuel. And if the 5 can get around 2, then he'll definitely be able to save some more. Talon now going to make a run here to the outside of the 66, and that is going to put James Young still up front. Talon Smith there in second. Rick Seabrand's third. And we are 2 to go. Now, if we get a caution, we are definitely going to be getting a green-white checkered attempt. They only get 2 of them. Polsky, Matthias, Elmore, Rothery in the box, as well as Sanchez, Hogue, and Kerwin. James Young has got company, though, behind him, and Talon, Rick. And I think James might have ran out of fuel here. Oh, no. Well, Talon Smith going to take over the lead. 1 to go here tonight. We are going to finish this under regulation. Now, can Talon make it without running out of fuel? Talon got a little loose there. Rick Seabrand's in second. Vicente third. Is that the way we're going to end it here tonight? Or is Rick going to make one last ditch effort? And I think the number 4 might have ran out. Don't know. Yeah, he did. He's going to have to coast. Talon is gonna win it at the line. Vicente tried to get around him, just couldn't do it. And Talon's gonna bring home the victory here tonight. Rick is gonna coast into third. Wow, it came down to a fuel run here this evening. Wow. All right, folks. Well, we're going to go ahead and pause it here because I don't know if anybody's got any fuel to do any burnouts or anything, because that was close. That was really close. All right, we'll get the top 3 down here for the MaxspeedTV post-race show, and we will talk with them here tonight. Hang on, folks. We'll be right back. Alrighty, folks, so we are back. We have caught up with the top three here. Well, I don't know where Talent is, but maybe he'll pop in here in a second. But, regardless, we got interviews to do. We're going to start here with the third place car, the number 4. I was looking at your number when I was trying to speak, and it wasn't working out. So, third place car, the number 4, Rick Seabrand's, I got to say, from last week to tonight, definitely a huge change. Of course, with the race, there was some yellows, but the biggest thing I hear tonight was the fuel.
Yeah, we'll have to give our fuel guy a raise there. He did a tremendous job of getting us topped off there on that last pit stop. That was really going to be our strategy. We were so far back, and we was kind of lacking there on handling and speed a little bit, so we kind of had to try to save a little bit and try to get as many spots as we could there. And Vince and congrats to Talon. Both those guys kind of had that same strategy. We had to start playing that strategy almost right away. So Vince and Talon, they must have caught on to that really quick too and started doing the same thing. So kudos to them. Yeah, good race, man. That was a lot of fun. That was some good. Got some good green flag pit stops too. How about that, Nies?
Yeah, and that kind of opened the door up to get everybody a little bit spread out and try to see kind of how this is going to play out. And there were some hiccups down there, but nothing compared to what it was last week. I think Daytona, this track is a little finicky. You combine the track with the cars, and it makes it a little worse. So you got to really be careful, and I think everybody was out here tonight, in that sense. But we got to talk about that last stop. Of course, a lot of drivers out there. 17 laps. Here at the stop. Looks like the top 5 really were out there 17. James Young was out there 18 laps. So he actually ran out of fuel, but he wasn't able to hang on to it. But y'all made that stop. You came back down, topped off, got the rest of the fuel. When everybody else ahead of y'all was coming down, even though y'all started saving, was you still maybe afraid that I'm not going to have enough fuel?
I was committed, and I think the team, we kind of made our bed when we topped off there. I mean, when we came out of the pits, you asked about the stop. We came out, I think we were kind of mid-ish pack, and it was like, well, this really ain't gonna work. We thought we'd be a little bit higher, and then we just said, let's just top off and stretch it and see what we could do. And they did a good job of getting it topped off, and we just stayed in their draft there and just saved as much as we could. We still didn't save enough. We probably should have had a second tonight. But hey, I'll take that. I'll take a third.
Yeah, hey, third place, good points night for you. Coming into tonight up 4 spots from last week, so they're in 8th. Going to be a good points night for you going into next week. Next week is going to be. That's going to be up in the air too. It's IRSS, so
that just gives me a stomach ache just thinking about it. And our season alone hasn't been kind of what we've really have wanted over here. So hopefully tonight can be a little momentum booster on our side, and we can start getting up there. It starts next week at ISS.
Yeah, what do you think about IRSS with these cars? I
don't think very highly of ISS to begin with. And then we bring these big tanks on there. I don't really know how it's going to handle. It should be fun. It should be fun.
It should be. That's all we're gonna go with. Is it should be. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, awesome job out here tonight, buddy. Grabbing a P3, which, like you said, probably should have been a P2, but hey, you'll take it. Awesome job, bud.
We'll take it.
Final thought, shout outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate your solid finish, really, under the circumstances.
We can't do burnouts because we're out of gas, so we'll just celebrate with some beers with the boys. But yeah, thank you to you guys for bringing the race and all the fans that tuned in tonight, all the OP staff and everything they do to put these fun races on, and congrats to Vince and Talon.
All righty, Rick. We'll go celebrate your P3 out here tonight, buddy. We'll see you. We'll see you Sunday, but we'll also see you next Thursday.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, bud. All right. Well, that is going to bring us to to our P2 here tonight. You know, after Rick running out of fuel there, you were able to squeak by, and you almost squeaked by Talon there, but he, I guess, had just enough momentum to carry him across. But man, Vicente, awesome job. Started back at 31st, finished second. I guess you can't complain too much with, you know, fuel here tonight.
Yeah, no, yeah, I can't. I mean, I started sputtering too, but I was hoping I had enough momentum to get past Talon there. But I guess if the start finish line was a little bit further away, I might have squeaked by him. But it's all good. All in all, it's, I was happy to run this paint scheme tonight in honor of Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
Rest in, yeah, it's just sad news. But yeah, it would have been really good if we get this car in the victory lane tonight. But one spot short.
Yeah, and I'm doing a little bit of circle around the car here, and yeah, it was kind of a shocker, I think, to everybody. You know, I know he had a medical thing at Watkins Glen, but that's all I know. I don't know anything else after that, but I'm sure it'll all come out, you know, here in the next, you know, couple of weeks or whatever about what happened. But it is sad, you know, that it definitely, you know, had to come of it. But you know, unfortunately, it's life. You know, and I'm kind of at a loss for words. I don't know what to say because it's a shocker. You know,
Yeah,
it's a shocker.
yeah, definitely shocker.
Well, you know,
I mean,
go ahead, talk about it.
no, it's all good. I mean, I've known Kyle for a long time throughout all his racing career and stuff like that, and I've always liked Kyle. The way he races, it kind of
Yeah.
remind me of myself, my racing style and stuff like that, and go for it and stuff like that. So, but yeah, my thoughts and prayers are with his family and everybody that knew him.
Definitely so. I'm right there with you, buddy. Well, you know, kind of talk about it, you know, here tonight. You know, we had some yellows, yeah, but, you know, we had some green flag stops too. You know, that kind of separated everything out. And then the final stop there, you know, y'all came back down to go ahead and top off. And then everybody, the top four, I believe it was, top five, you know, was able to make it, but, you know, some of y'all running out of fuel. Kind of talk about your kind of strategy out here tonight. Was you maybe hoping for a late race yellow to make sure you definitely had enough fuel?
Not really. After that last pit stop there, I seen the fuel and I mean, I was short maybe a couple laps, and I'm like, well, I was racing hard in the beginning, so maybe I'm able to save a couple laps just being in the draft and being behind the cars and not being so aggressive on the throttle and just take it easy and stuff like that. So I was able to save a lot of fuel there. Um, luckily that the caution didn't come out. I think my car didn't have all in all, the speed. So um, I'm kind of glad I went to a fuel mileage and I got, a podium out of it.
Yeah, and you did what you had to do. Like I said, you almost got the P1, but, you know, start finish line, man. You know, it's put where it's put. You just got to go with it. So, hey, awesome job. Can't complain. You know, come into tonight, setting back in sixth, down a spot, but, you know, still got, you know, a good, you know, come of the race here with P2, so a good points night for you. IRSS next week in these cars. How do you feel about the combination, and what do you expect going into that race?
I think they'll handle a lot better because of the banking there. So these cars like the speed, so it'll be probably a really good race. Hopefully there's not netco there like what there's usually, with the cars and stuff at ISS. But I think it'll be fun. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Of course, you know, we're going to be, they are going to be racing Saturday, but, you know, they are going to push the points racing back a week. So next week will be 08 Daytona again, you know, to start the points racing again. So, you know, no points racing this Saturday, but, you know, next week IRSS for, you know, TNT on Thursday night. So, you know, of course, enjoy your Memorial holiday. You know, go celebrate P2 out here tonight, buddy. Any final thoughts, shout outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate?
Yeah, I want to thank you for broadcasting everybody that participated tonight racing. I want to thank OP for putting on this league and all their admins for what they do. I want to thank my mom and dad out in Arizona. I love you guys. Can't wait to see you guys. I want to thank my wife for letting me do. And that's it. I think that's it. Oh, and my teammates tonight. I can't forget the teammates. Was racing with Nick and Dwayne.
All righty, Vicente. Well, appreciate that, man. Go celebrate your P2 out here tonight, buddy. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Well, that was Vicente Guerrero here, winning it here tonight. Now, Talon Smith is not in Discord here this evening, but I do want to give a big shout out to him for winning tonight's race. Back-to-back wins. Talon, of course, won Talladega last week as well, and he will come away with the victory here tonight in round number 3 of the TNT 87 series. So awesome job, Talon. Back-to-back. You know, that target getting bigger and bigger yet again for Talon. We know Talon last season won a lot of races as well. So he's definitely showing exactly that, hey, I'm the guy to beat here. So awesome job, awesome win, Talon. Well, let's get down here to the unofficial results. Pending any admin stuff they have to do here tonight. But Talon Smith grabbing the win out here tonight. Low on fuel, but he was able to cross the line first. Vicente with the pass on Rick Seabrands after Rick ran out of fuel. Will grab a P2. And, of course, Vicente ran out as well there, but was able to get second and almost first. Rick Seabrands in third. Joe Thompson in fourth, and Nicholas Wing rounding out the top 5. I got to give kudos to the top 5 here. 17 laps. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. Jason Berg will round out the 6th spot in row 3. Row 4, Mark Mann, Caleb Connor. Row number 5, Matthias Swank, Brett Elmore. Row 6, Harold Rothery, Brian Elmore. Row number 7, Dwayne Corbett, James Young. Row 8, Eric Laurie, Shane Ward. Row number 9, Wes Hogue, Gabe Butler. Row 10, James Polsky, Anthony English. Row 11, Aaron Walker, William Kerwin. Row 12, Rick Sanchez, George Burns, our sponsor out here tonight. Probably not the finish he wanted to get, but hey, a top 25, nonetheless. Awesome job, George. And again, you know, thank you for sponsoring tonight's race, Firefighter Awareness Month. Joseph Holder there in 25th, Bob DeJersey 26th, row 13. Row 14, Bubba Winningham, Ron Dial. Row number 15, Jesse Meyer, Chris Coleman. Row 16, Austin Norris, Matthew Holder. Row 17, Christopher Jordan, Andrew Schroeder. Row number 18 here tonight, and our next to the final group, James Stats, John Guerrera. And our final group, row 19, Gene Watkinson and John Spizek did not start here tonight. But again, our winner here this evening, Talon Smith with the win. And why did I click that? I wanted that one right there here tonight. Of course, we will be off tomorrow night. No broadcast Saturday either, as they are going to be doing their like a fun run race. But we will be back in action Sunday night, 8:45 Eastern, 7:45 Central, right here on MaxspeedTV with Checkered Flag Motorsport Speedway Monkeys, or CFM for short. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. Enjoy Memorial Weekend. Please be safe. I am going to go ahead and make a disclaimer here. If you do decide to drink, please do not drive on the roadways. Don't even drive on the sidewalk. Don't even ride a bicycle. If you're going to drink, stay where you're at, sober up, and then leave the following day. But that is going to do it here tonight. We appreciate everybody tuning in here this evening. But until next time, folks, stay safe. Thank you all, and have a good night.
Engines roll, the night comes alive. MaxspeedTV, where the races thrive. Tires burn, the crowd leans in. This is where the action begins. Wheels spin, sparks ignite. Under the lights is a fierce fight. Shafts alive like a racing heart. Is a place where legends start. Oh,